Good morning. So let's look at systems of equations from word problems. And now we're going to write the word problems, we're going to solve the word problems, and then we're also going to talk about your different approaches. Because remember, with elimination method, you can add the equations to solve them, you can subtract, okay? And then if either of those aren't working, you're going to have to use multiplication. And you may have to multiply the top and the bottom equation, and then you have to cycle back to adding or subtracting in order to solve. So word problems brings that all together, okay? And then just word problems, that's just one of those things. It's just we have to be able to solve word problems because it's on our final exam. All right. So at a particular restaurant, each mozzarella stick has 90 calories and each onion ring has 50 calories. Okay, so I like to take notes while I'm reading word problems. So I know that a mozzarella stick has 90 calories. And I know that an onion ring, so notice I used O and M, has 50 calories. Okay. A combination meal with mozzarella sticks and onion rings is shown to have a total of 960 calories. All right. So total of 960 calories. And 3 times as many mozzarella sticks as there are onion rings. Okay, so 3 times as many mozzarella sticks as there are onion rings. All right, so that means if I want to figure out how many mozzarella sticks there are, I'm going to have to multiply my onion rings by 3. All right, so determine the number of mozzarella sticks in the combination meal and the number of onion rings in the combination meal. Okay, so I have one of my equations right here. So that was easy because it said if I want to know my mozzarella sticks, there are 3 times as many mozzarella sticks as there are onion rings. That means if there's 2 onion rings, I got to multiply that by 3 and I'd get 6 mozzarella sticks. Okay, so there's one of my equations. So M equals 3 times O. Okay, and O may not be the best one to use. So let's rephrase our onion rings to an R. Just because it's starting to look like a 0. Okay. All right. So my next equation is a combination meal that has a total of 960 calories. Okay. And I know that there are 90 calories in a mozzarella stick and there are 50 calories in an onion ring. Okay. All right. Now, what you may be looking at here is we've written this out, and you may be thinking to yourself, wait a minute, could I use substitution in this case? Because this is what a substitution problem typically looked like, okay? And just ignore these scribble marks. And absolutely, okay, if you've written a word problem and you're thinking to yourself, could I use my substitution technique? There's nothing wrong with that, okay? And in this case, this is probably something that I would do as well. But let me talk about how sometimes the problems are written to where it forces you to use a particular technique. And the problem may say on, say, your final exam that it's going to be solved by multiplication or by elimination. And what do you do? So, what do you do here if it says you have to solve by elimination? Okay, well, here's what you do. Okay, you have to take m equals 3r and you have to subtract 3r from both sides because you have to get m minus 3r now equals 0. Okay? Because now I have the m and the r on the same side. And I know for some of you are thinking, why did you just do that? Sometimes we have to do things that we don't want to do. All right, so now I have m minus 3r equals 0. All right, so now I'm ready to go with elimination method. So I'm going to multiply the bottom, okay? The best one, it's not ideal. I'm going to multiply by negative 90. Okay, so my new problem, 90m plus 50r equals 960. Negative 90m plus 270r equals 0. Where I have to multiply everything. All right, so this eliminates. If I add it, I get 320r equals 960. All right, I'm going to divide both sides by 320. So r equals 3. Okay. All right, now that I know that r equals 3, okay, I can take my original equation that says my mozzarella sticks equals 3 times 3, so I get 9. Okay. All right, now in this case, my final answer is not a point. My final answer relates back to this word problem. So there are 9 mozzarella sticks and 3 onion rings in the combination meal. Submit my answer. Yes, and there we go. Okay. All right. Now, see, you can do the same thing. Okay. If you wanted to do substitution, that's perfectly okay. So let me just talk about the two different techniques really quickly before I go to my next video. Okay. I did this problem this way because I wanted to show you how you could solve this problem using elimination method. Okay. Or if you were told to. So let's say I were to give you an assignment and say you must solve all the problems using the elimination technique. That's how you would do this. If I just said solve the word problems, which you are being given that choice with, okay? If I say solve the word problem, you can use what's over here in Delta Math and you can use substitution, okay? It's your choice. All right, I'm going to come back. I'm going to do a couple more videos. We'll do a couple more word problems, and you'll be good to go.